to a flow for the heart chakra. So first of 7 chakra flows. We'll get started in a tall seat in Sukhasana or easy seat, so legs crossed. And then I recommend switching the cross of your legs. We tend to get comfortable, so it's good to balance out. You might want some blocks. If you don't have blocks, books are a great alternative. And I'll talk a little bit about the heart chakra as we sort of arrive on the mat. So you can bring palms face down if you want to be a little bit more restorative, or palms face up if you want to gather energy. And allow your eyes to close or lower your gaze. Think about rooting down, connecting down through your sits bones, your sitting bones. Having that energy come all the way from your roots to the crown of your head. And so the root chakra is the base of all the chakras. If our root chakra is not aligned and stable, then it's harder to balance through the other chakras. So our root chakra is where we get our sense of groundedness and safety, and it's associated with the color red. You can really imagine you could ground down through your sitting bones, sending that energy upward. And today we really will move forward with a focus and an intention on grounding and connecting to your mat. So a few more moments here to notice your breath. Your hands can stay where they are, or option to bring them to your belly. Take a deep breath in through your nose, start to fill your belly with air. And exhale through your mouth, let it go. Option to glide your hands up to your rib cage. Inhale, fill your ribs with air. And exhale through your mouth, let it go. And option to bring your hands to your chest, your heart space. Inhale, fill your chest with air. And exhale through your mouth, let it go. You can blink your eyes open or lift your gaze. We'll make our way to tabletop, setting up wrists over shoulders, knees under hips. Just a few cat-cows to warm up through the spine. So on your inhale, drop your belly, open your heart. As you exhale, push the floor weight round through your spine for your cat. Another inhale, come through cow pose. Exhale, round, push the floor weight, gaze towards your belly button. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Come through a few more rounds on your own, moving with your breath. And taking any movements that feel good, whether it's sinking hips back towards your heels, or maybe rocking hips from side to side. Just starting to awaken through the spine. Come through one more round of breath. We'll be in neutral. From here, finding a very brief child's pose. So big toes to touch, knees out wide, but not quite as wide as your mat. You can either walk your arms out in front of you, or bring them down by your sides. Maybe forehead comes to the mat. Just taking a moment to pause here in child's pose. Remember, you can return here at any time throughout your practice. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And exhale through your mouth, let it go. Inhale. And exhale, push your way to downward facing dog, sending hips up and back. And spreading nice and wide through your fingers. Ground down through your knuckles. Think about sending your armpits in towards one another. Help your shoulder blades come flat on your back. Maybe pedal out your dog to start. We'll come through a short flow to warm up through the body. I'm trying to keep these videos brief. So we're going to skip the sun A to warm up, and we'll warm up a little bit differently. So inhale, send your right leg behind you. Exhale, right foot between your hands, low lunge. So back knee comes down, top of the foot to the mat. Either double up your mat or press down through the top of your back foot. Inhale, rise to low lunge. So you can reach a little taller. Ground down through your shin and the top of your back foot. Really connect here. Inhale. As you exhale, bring your left hand to the mat or a block and inhale, peel your heart open to the right. A nice gentle twist here. So I'm not forcing this twist. Inhale. Exhale, come back through center. Maybe grab your blocks. Finding a half split here. So coming onto your heel, straightening your front leg, sending hips back. And then the blocks come on either side of your shin. So breathing here into your hamstring, flex through your front toes. And the blocks may feel nice to keep you from rounding too much in your spine, especially if you have tight hamstrings, which I think most of us do. But if you can comfortably reach the mat without rounding too much, you're welcome to not use blocks. One more deep breath in. And then bend back into your front knee, place the blocks off to the side. Plant your hands, lift your back leg. Send your right foot to meet your left. Find a plank pose. So stacking shoulders over wrists, sending the crown of your head towards the front of the mat. Ground down through your back toes, or through your toes. Big toe mound. And then we'll take a vinyasa here. I'm still being gentle on my low back, so I'm going to come through lower to cobra, or lower to my belly. Inhale, cobra pose, hands to my rib cage, heart open. I'm gonna exhale back to down dog. You're welcome to come halfway, take chaturanga dandasana, and then come through upward facing dog. Whatever works best for you. I'll demonstrate that on the next side. Inhale, left leg behind you. Exhale, left foot between your hands, back knee comes down, top of the foot to the mat. Inhale, low lunge. So reaching tall here, speaking of low backs, we want to reach tall to keep ourselves from sinking into low back. So protect your low back, reach tall, press down through the back, top of your back foot. Inhale. And exhale, right hand to the mat or a block. Inhale, gentle twist to the left here. Inhale. Exhale, come back through center. Maybe take your blocks, find your half split. So coming on to your heel, straighten your front leg, blocks on either side of your shin. Deep breath here into your hamstring. Inhale. Bend back into your front knee. Bring your blocks to the top of the mat. Plant your hands and lift your back leg. Left foot meets right, finding your high plank. And then you're either lowering to your belly, taking the cobra like I demonstrated earlier, or coming forward, lowering halfway, chaturanga dandasana. Inhaling through upward facing dog, thighs are off the mat. You're really pressing through your knuckles evenly here. And exhale, downward facing dog. And we'll take 3 breaths here. So we'll take that through one more time. This time about 1 breath to 1 movement. Probably more like 2 breaths per movement. To start to build some heat so we can take a few deeper postures. So inhale, send your right leg behind you. Exhale, right foot between your hands, back knee comes down, low lunge. Inhale, rise. Exhale, left hand to the mat. Inhale, peel your heart open to the right. Inhale. Exhale, hands to blocks, half split. Sink your hips back. Inhale, bend back into your front knee. Blocks off to the side. Take your vinyasa. You can also take a cat-cow here, so your choice. Either coming through chaturanga, up dog,
belly cobra. Then coming through downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg behind you. Exhale, left foot between your hands, back knee comes down, top of the foot to the mat, low lunge, inhale. Exhale, right hand to the mat, peel your heart open to the left. Inhale. Exhale, come through center, take your blocks, half split. Inhale, bend back into your front knee, plant your hands. Take your vinyasa. Again, remembering that cat-cow is an option. Meeting in downward facing dog, 3 breaths. So we'll come through 2 standing sequences in this practice. Again, focusing here on rooting down, grounding down that connection. Inhale, send your right leg behind you. Exhale, right foot between your hands, warrior 1. So back foot at a 45-degree angle. I'm going to switch where I'm standing. So your toes are dialing off on a diagonal so that your hips can square towards the front of the mat. And you're working your front knee over your front ankle. Think about your thigh being heavy here. So push down through your right heel. Whenever knee is bent, we want to be grounding down through the heel. Weight is in the heel. Inhale. Exhale, open to warrior 2, hips to face the side. Now your back foot's at a 90-degree angle, so parallel to the back of the mat. Nice soft gaze over right fingertips. Again, thinking about a nice heavy right thigh here. That's what helps us stack the front knee over the front ankle. Might not be there yet, just the ankle. Inhale, reverse your warrior, breathe into your side body. Straighten your front leg, walk your back foot in. So it's about 1 leg's length distance between your feet. Arms by your side. Maybe you have a block. Make your way as far right as you can go for triangle pose. So maybe it's your shin. Maybe you can reach for your big toe. Maybe you come to a block. But finding a posture that allows you to stay open through your chest, like there's an imaginary wall behind you. So if you find that your heart is collapsing forward, maybe you walk your hand up a little bit or stack your blocks. Ideally, we're creating a triangular shape with the body. And maybe you extend left arm overhead for a little extra opening. If you want an abdominal challenge, you can serve your right arm out in front of you or bring it in line with left. Woo, it's a fun challenge. Inhale, bring your torso through center. Take your heels slightly out, toes slightly in. Maybe walk it out a little. Ankles in line with wrists. Inhale to lift your heart. And exhale, hinge from your hips to fold forward. Prasarita Pada Konasana, wide-legged forward fold. So weight's in the front of your foot. Let your head be heavy. Maybe you take chaturanga arms or head to a block. Maybe you take Skandasana here, first bending into your right knee, coming on the ball of your left foot. Taking it from side to side. Maybe you stay static, your choice. One more round of breath. You're in your Skandasana. The next time you bend into your right knee, stay there. Find runner's lunge at the top of your mat. So, tented fingertips, front knee over front ankle, back heel is lifted. Then plant your hands, send your right foot to meet your left. Take a vinyasa. So high to low push up or cat-cow. Inhaling through up dog or cobra. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg behind you. Exhale, left foot between your hands, warrior 1, back foot's at a 45-degree angle. Working on hips squaring forward. Again, it might not happen today, but press through the outer edge of your back foot. See if that helps your right hip to come a little further forward, left hip a little further back, arms lift. Root down through your feet here. Allow that to help you gather some energy. So again, you're really connecting to the mat. If this is unbearable, you can take crescent lunge instead. But the idea here is that we're rooting down through our feet, really connecting to our root chakra. Inhale. Exhale, open warrior two. So setting up the second side, now our back foot's at a 90-degree angle. Again, front thigh is heavy. We're imagining we could push the left thigh down. Maybe that helps left knee come over left ankle. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Breathe into your left side body. Straighten your front leg. Walk your back foot in a little, or heel toe. About one leg difference between your feet. Maybe you take for your block, arms by your side. Make your way as far left as you can go to find your triangle pose. And you might find, for example, for me, my big toe is not an option on this side. So one side might feel different. We are symmetrical but not equal beings. So maybe on this side you need to walk your hand a little further up your leg to keep that openness through your chest so that you're not collapsing forward. Gaze can be up at your thumb or at your front big toe. And maybe you extend right arm overhead. Maybe you serve left arm out in front of you or bring it in line with right for a little abdominal challenge. And inhale, bring your torso through center. Heel slightly out, toes slightly in, and wrists in line with ankles. This time, option to interlace your hands behind your back. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, hinge from your hips to fold forward for Prasarita Padottanasana version C. And head is heavy. This time you're rooting down, you're finding your groundedness through the front of your foot, the ball of your foot. Let your head be heavy. And if you'd like to take Skandasana on the second side, you can release the interlace, this time bending first into left knee, coming onto the ball of the right foot, taking it from side to side. And even if you're not taking Skandasana, you can release the interlace at any time. It's quite a shoulder opening. You took Skandasana. The next time you bend into your left knee, stay there. Find runner's lunge at the top of the mat. Plant your hands, send left foot to meet your right. Take your last Vinyasa. Not so many Vinyasas today. Meeting in downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. And we'll come through a little bit of balance work before we come down to the mat. Inhale. Exhale, make your way to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up to stand. Find extended mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart center and down by your side for Tadasana. Would not be a root chakra flow without tree pose. It's the ultimate rooting feeling, connecting to nature. So we'll start on the left side, more challenging that way. You can either kickstand your right foot, bring it to your right calf, left calf, or guide it up to your right thigh. Lionel is here for your emotional support. From here, press your leg into your foot, foot into your leg, and maybe you reach your arms up, or maybe you keep your hands at heart center. Set your gaze, your drishti, at one spot that's not moving, so ideally not at me. You can look down at the ground. If you want to challenge your gaze, you can look towards the ceiling or close your eyes. And it's that leg to foot, foot to leg connection that should be driving you here. Inhale. As you exhale, bring your right arm under your left to eagle wrap. If this doesn't happen for you, it's not ideal for everybody. You can take for opposite shoulders. So opposite hand to opposite shoulder. And then right leg over left for eagle legs. You can kickstand your right leg outside of your left foot, or maybe you can double wrap. From here, you're gonna sink low into your hips. And again, squeeze your legs together. Elbows are in line with shoulders. Press your forearms away from your face. Again, the connection of your legs here is what's driving you, as well as rooting down through your left foot. The left foot's not doing all the work. Your right leg is working just as much. One more breath in. And as you release the interlace, find chair pose. So feet are together or hips width. That might feel nice on your low back. When I say hips width, it means the pointy part of your hips. Inhale. Weight is in your heels here. Maybe you can wiggle your toes off the mat. So you're really rooting through your heels. And if you're having trouble bringing weight to your heels, think about dragging your shins back. Sink low from your hips. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, come forward, find length. And exhale, twist to the left to begin. We'll shake things up. So right elbow can come between your thighs, especially if you're twisting with feet hips width. Or maybe it hooks outside of your left thigh. And sinking lower through your hips. Each breath in, send your head towards the front of the room. Each breath out deep in your twist. Always good to do a little bit of active twisting, deep twisting, to help hydrate the discs in your back. One more deep breath in. And as you breathe out, fold forward completely. Take your feet hips width if they're not already. Find ragdoll pose. Take opposite hand to opposite elbow. Let your head be heavy. Maybe take a bend in your knees. Or really think about thigh bones lifting here. And ground down through your feet. One more round of breath. Release the interlace. If you had it, walk your feet back together. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep up to stand. Exhale, hands at heart center, down by your side, Tadasana. We'll take that on the other side. So now grounding into your right foot. You can kickstand your left foot. Left foot can come to left calf. Maybe you guide it up to your right thigh, not left. Hands can come to heart center. You can grow your tree. And it is important here to root down through your right foot, so you're creating your roots here. But your left foot is working just as hard as your right. Balance is all about redistributing your weight. Maybe you challenge your gaze by looking up or closing your eyes. Your gaze is steady wherever it's at. One more breath in. And as you breathe out, left arm comes under right for your eagle wrap, or take the opposite grip of your shoulders. Elbows in line with shoulders, forearms away from your face, and left leg comes over right. Maybe it kickstands, maybe you can double wrap. And you're sinking from your hips to lower here. And you're squeezing your legs together. It's the connection of your legs that makes this balance happen. You sink just a little lower, squeeze your legs together, one more round of breath. Release your arms, release your legs, sink into your chair, and maybe your feet are hips width. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sink lower, lengthen your heart forward. Exhale, twist right this time. So maybe left elbow comes between your thighs. Maybe it hooks outside your right thigh. And each breath in, crown of the head comes forward. Each breath out, you deepen your twist. One more deep breath in. And as you breathe out, fold forward, feet hips width if they were not already. Take the opposite grip of your elbows for ragdoll pose. Let your head hang heavy. Standing work is almost done. Inhale. Exhale, release the interlace. And then start to walk your legs out to find Malasana squat pose. And you might want to block here. So we want toes facing out, heels facing in. Maybe you sit on a block, maybe not, but you want your feet planted. So you want to walk out as much as you can to be able to plant your feet. Maybe you stack your blocks. Press into your thighs with your elbows. Come up tall through your spine. One more round of breath. Then bring your hands out in front of you. Walk your feet together. Let your knees come out wide. Walk your arms out in front of you to take a stretch here. A Malasana stretch. One more round of breath. And walk your hands back through center. Make your way to a seat. From here, we'll set up for Jarnushirshasana, or one-legged forward fold. So we'll start with the right leg out long. Left foot comes in. And I recommend coming up on a block to do this, especially if you have tight hamstrings. It will help your hips come up and over your pelvis, which is what we want in a forward fold. So you'll come up nice and tall through your spine. Front leg is straight. You're going to hinge from your hips to come forward. And as soon as you feel rounding in your spine, you'll reach for your shins, ankles, outer edges of feet. If your hamstrings are quite open, maybe you used to be a dancer, you can take a block outside of your foot and reach for the block. However you're reaching for, as soon as you feel that rounding, reach for that. Let your head be heavy. And we are winding down our practice here. Just a few more postures to help stay connected to our root. And allow our practice to wind down. One more round of breath. And gently come back through center. Remove the block if you were sitting up on the block. We're going to come through a hip opener here. I'm going to take you through a few options. The first is to keep your right leg straight. Bring your left knee on top of your right, and then fold forward again with the top leg straight. The next option is to bend into both knees. So you're stacking your right knee on top of your left. And whether or not your knees connect, a block can feel really nice between your knees. I find it gives me a little bit more sensation, even though my knees stack relatively easily. And then you can walk it forward. Let your head be heavy. If both of these don't seem appealing to you, you can take it on your back. So you would take it on your back, left knee on top of right, and take for outer edges of feet and pull it towards you. So finding a posture that feels doable for you and settling in about a minute and a half here to really allow your hip to release. So as we start to wind down our practice, bringing your awareness, your attention to your breath and any sensations you feel in your body.
3 more rounds of breath here. One more deep breath in. And as you breathe out, slowly walk your way back through center or hug your knees into your chest if you were on your back. And then as you're ready, come back up through seated. If you were seated the whole time, maybe shake out your legs. And we'll set that up on the second side. So again, maybe coming back on a block, if that's what you did on the first side, maybe not. Maybe your hamstrings are a little more open on the left. Totally up to you. Left leg comes out long, right foot to right, left thigh. Come up nice and tall, start to hinge forward. And when you feel that rounding in your spine, that's when you'll reach for shins, ankles, outer edges of feet, or maybe the block.
Then you'll let your head hang heavy, bringing your awareness, your attention to your breath here. And really feeling the connectedness of your sitting bones, either to the block or to the mat. So feeling rooted here as you release through your hamstring. And maybe even your low back. And you feel some opening there as well. One more round of breath. Gently come back through center. Remove the block if you were up on the block, and we'll take that hip opener on the second side. So again, 3 options. First is to bring right knee over left. Fold with your straight leg. Or you can stack your knees. Again, maybe a block might get you an extra juicy opening, and you'll walk it forward. Or finally, you can take this on your back, right knee on top of left. Take for outer edges, or shins, ankles, or outer edges of feet. Pull your legs in towards you. Whichever variation you're choosing, again, settling in here for about a minute and a half of deep breath. And the reason we hold these hip openers for so long to really allow some time for the muscles and for the fascia, the connective tissue, to release. It gives us some time to honor our hips for all that they do for us. They are the foundation of movement in our body, aside from our feet and our legs. But our hips are what help control that movement. Now 3 more breaths here, and concentrating your breath on your hips. Deep breath in. And as you breathe out, slowly come back through center. If you're on your back, hug your knees into your chest, and you can stay there. If you were seated, you can take your legs out long, shake it out, and we'll come onto the back. If you felt like you really needed a bridge pose or something, you're welcome to take that now. And I'm trying to be mindful of time in these online videos, so do what you need to do, yogi's choice. If you're ready to start working your way towards Shavasana, hug your knees into your chest. Take your arms by your side. Take your knees off to the right. Maybe your gaze goes over your left shoulder. Maybe your right hand comes on top of your left thigh. A little extra opening. So we take a supine twist. Nice easy twist after that more active chair twist. One more round of breath here. Your next breath in, bring your knees through center. And as you breathe out, take them over to the other side. Maybe your gaze comes over your right shoulder, if that feels okay. Maybe left hand comes on top of right thigh for a little extra. For those of you who have not yet met Leonel, this is my dog. He loves to do yoga too. One more round of breath. And inhale, bring your knees back through center, hug them in. And then as you breathe out, we'll set up for Shavasana, so maybe covering up your eyes, maybe taking blocks under your knees, or if you have a bolster at home, that can feel really nice under your knees. Maybe a blanket on your hips. You can also take soles of the feet together, knees out wide, whatever feels like you can get the most release. And allow your eyes to close or soften your gaze, allowing the next 5 minutes to be for you and your body, to absorb its practice and just be. Shavasana. Gently begin to bring awareness back to your body. tiny movements like wiggling fingers and toes, or rolling out wrists and ankles. Your next breath in, send your arms and legs out long. Take a long body stretch. Your next breath out, hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Send yourself some love. Allow yourself to feel rooted and safe here. Making your way to the right to gather energy for the rest of your day, or to the left to restore. Curl up in the fetal position. Making one last connection to your mat. One last connection to your root. You may be intending to carry a sense of rootedness with you as you go through the remainder of your day. And gently press yourself up to seated, keeping eyes closed or gaze lowered. We'll meet in a tall seat the way we began class, with hands at heart center. We'll close our practice together with 3 breaths. Take a deep breath in to prepare. For the body. For the mind. For the spirit. Bringing thumbs to third eye center between your brow. Thanking yourself for taking time for such an important practice. And thanking one another for sharing this beautiful practice. We bow forward. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed connecting a little bit to your root chakra, the channel of energy that helps you feel grounded and secure. In our next video, I'll be making a video for each chakra, so the next one we'll work with is the sacral chakra, the center of creativity. And I look forward to seeing you soon.